Hey Sag, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your monthly reading. This is going to be a reading for the month of June, and we're going to look at your past, present, and near future energies. Also, Sag, if this reading resonates and you want to book a personal reading, all the information about how to do that is in the description box below. And of course, if you enjoy what I do, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Donation link is also below in the description box, and any and every amount is greatly appreciated. Okay, what's up with the overthinking here, Sag? Why? Oh boy. Well, Sag, I will say this. I'm going to say you because this is your reading. These energies could also belong to your person, so take them as they resonate, okay? So the main energy for your reading this month is the Six of Cups. There's definitely a soul connection showing up here for you. This is a divine connection that you share with somebody else. So this isn't just one of those, oh, I met somebody, they're cool, they're fun. Like this is much, much deeper than that. So if this isn't your story, move along. In the recent past, you get the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Moon. There's a lot of overthinking here. There's a lot of you playing out and creating all these like worst case scenarios in your head. Now, this is coming from a place of a lack of trust. So either you don't trust this person or you have, we'll call them trust issues that you've brought about from other relationships from the past, whatever, and you're kind of putting them on this connection in the recent past. The thing is, you don't even want to look at it. You're showing me trust issues? What trust issues? Me? I'm not overthinking. No overthinking happening here at all. Not buying it though. Not buying it though. And I don't know why you're trying to not look at the fact that you're overthinking. Not look at the fact that you're creating all these worst case scenarios in your head, at least in the recent past. Now, in the current situation, you get the Ten of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Swords. Happiness is available to you. The universe is literally coming in and being like, Sag, happiness, silver platter, here you go. And you are literally pumping the brakes on that. You're like, not yet, not yet. And I'm like, okay, well, why? Why wouldn't you want happiness? And you're like, oh, because I need to think about this. All these thoughts, all these fears, all these, what ifs from the recent past, you're bringing into the current situation and you're playing them on a loop in terms of what about this and what about that and what about that. So it's literally like you want to get to a happy place, but you're standing in your own way. We'll see why you're doing that when we clarify. In the near future, you get the High Priestess, the Magician, and the Three of Cups. You're manifesting a reconciliation. You're manifesting time with this person. You're manifesting being with this person, right? You want all of these things. You're manifesting it deep down. So it's almost like your conscious mind, your brain, your ego, whatever you want to call it, doesn't even recognize that this is what you want. And it makes sense because your brain is so busy running through all these worst case scenarios and all the ways that this isn't going to end well and all the ways you're going to get hurt. That's what your brain is spending time doing. So obviously it's not going to have time to pause a second and be like, wait, what do I feel? What do I actually want? Interesting reading, I could tell you right now. Let's take a look at the Six of Cups, which is the main energy for your reading this month, and see what's up with that. Six of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Fool, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you do want a new beginning. You're showing me within this soul connection, you want to wave this magic wand. You want to start over, start from scratch, really with all the best energies. Because right now, when it comes to this connection, there's a lot of anxiety happening. I don't actually see any heartbreak, any pain, anything like that. This is more so like what's happening in the 3D world versus your internal world. And you're showing me my internal world, things are kind of dragging on. There's a lot of overthinking. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of, oh no, right? And so even though you're moving towards this new beginning, you're moving towards waving this magical wand and starting fresh and starting from scratch, you're prolonging the process. You're making it take longer than it needs to take because you're in your own way here in the 3D world, right? There's divine timing. There's your higher self, which the universe already knows which direction that's going in. And then there's you, standing here in your own way. Let's take a look at the Eight of Swords in the recent past. The Eight of Swords is clarified by the King of Cups, the Hermit, and the Judgment. So in the recent past, deep down, you've already made this decision. You've come to the realization, your higher self has essentially decided, yes, I love this person. I have love for this person, right? That scares the shit out of you though, because you're showing me, like, I have these feelings, I have all these thoughts, like, I know what this is, I know what this feels like, okay, I get it, I love them, I have emotions for them, but then your mind is coming in and being like, uh-oh, feelings, scary, bad. So I don't know at what point in the past, in the distant past, your brain made the connection between feelings, love, equals pain, equals not positive things. Because that's what I'm seeing here in the recent past. It's like you're looking at it and you're like, ooh, love, uh-oh, that's scary, right? And I don't know why. Let's take a look at the Seven of Swords in the recent past for you. Seven of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the Temperance, which is you, and the Page of Swords, which you get again in the current situation. You're showing me here, it's easier for me to just be on my own, right? Because when I'm on my own, I don't have all these thoughts. I don't have this overthinking. I don't overanalyze everything. I don't freak myself out, right? Like me, myself, and I'm good with. Once emotions get involved, once another person gets involved, that's when all my doubts, my fears, my insecurities, my lack of trust, that's when all of that comes into the picture. So part of you here in the recent past is just kind of toying with the idea of like, okay, maybe I just shouldn't even be in this connection. Maybe I should just be on my own. Maybe I should just focus on myself because it's easier, it's safer that way. And my mind is quiet or more quiet when I'm on my own, when I'm doing my own thing. Let's clarify the moon in the recent past. The moon is clarified by the Three of Wands, the Chariot, and the Seven of Pentacles. All this is happening on like the back end, on like your subconscious level, right? You're waiting. You're kind of like, because you're showing me like, I know that at some point the universe is just going to shove me in a specific direction. Like, think of it like you're like a little boat, right? And there's a river. The universe is energetically going to guide you in the right direction, right? And you're showing me like, I know it's just a matter of time until that happens. So I don't really need to evaluate and assess and overthink and overanalyze, right? Technically, yes, you are right. But just because you're telling yourself I don't need to doesn't mean your brain is getting the memo, right? It's literally like because you are very intuitive and you're telling yourself like, look, why am I worried? Why do I need to think about this so much? Like the universe is going to guide me in whatever direction is aligned for me. And it will. And it is, right? But this is all happening on a subconscious level. Your brain is not connected to your subconscious. And so your brain is not getting this message from your higher self of like, yo, Sag, just chill. Like we're going to get to our destination eventually. Just relax. And so it's like your brain is doing one thing and your higher self is doing another, but they're not communicating with each other. Which makes sense. Usually our brain tends to be very loud and override our subconscious, or try to at least. Let's clarify your current situation. I'm going to start off by clarifying the Ten of Cups in the current situation. Ten of Cups is clarified by the Seven of Swords, which you got in the recent past, the Lovers, and the Page of Pentacles. This is happiness. You and this person, right? This is a divine connection. You're showing me the Six of Cups, the Lovers. Like, this is a divine connection between you and somebody else. And you're showing me, I feel happy. I feel the love, right? You feel all these things. But then your mind comes in and starts questioning it and doubting it, right? Because remember, you got the Seven of Swords tied up to, you know what? Maybe it's just easier for me to be on my own. Maybe I just shouldn't, be with anybody at this point. Maybe I need to just work on myself. Because that's when your mind is less active. And so you're showing me like, I feel happiness, I feel the love with this person, I feel this connection with this person, but because I don't trust it, because I don't trust my thoughts, because I don't trust the situation, I'm just going to, take baby steps. Now, I'm not saying you have to take leaps and bounds, but the universe is kind of trying to get you to move a little faster. And you're just like dragging your feet here. You're really, really moving slow. Both internally, but also like within this connection. Let's clarify the Hanged Man in the current situation. The Hanged Man is clarified by the Queen of Wands, Six of Wands, and the Emperor. Yeah, your need for control is preventing you from getting to a successful place with this person. Your need to be in control, for things to move at your pace, how quickly you're ready for them to move, which is snail's pace, by the way. You're moving really, really slow. You're literally dragging out, getting to this place of successfully reuniting with this person, or not even reuniting, but like being with this person, enjoying their energy, enjoying like being with them. There's a lot of passion here for you. There's a lot of passion between you and this person. And you're not even allowing yourself to truly feel it and enjoy it because you're so caught up on all the overthinking and moving slowly, moving at a very slow pace, right? Because slow is safe. Now, again, the universe is not trying to get you to gun at 0 to 60, but they're trying to get you to move a little faster than like 2 miles an hour. And you're like, nope. Let's clarify the Page of Swords in the current situation. Page of Swords is clarified by the King of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Sun. You are the King of Wands to me. I don't assign gender to my cards. There's this internal conflict for you, right, between your higher self, which is literally there's love, there's happiness, there's moving in a good direction, versus your mind. It's quite literally your mind is on one side, your higher self is on the other side. They're both trying to move towards the same destination, but they're not communicating with each other. So instead of like speeding up the process, right? Instead of just like holding hands and being like, okay, let's go together, your higher self, your mind, they're like, oh, you're in my way. No, you're in my way. Get out of the way. Don't get out of anybody's way. Just unite, communicate with each other. But again, easier said than done, right? Our mind is very ego-driven. It likes running the show, and it's like, I don't need to hold the higher self's hand. That thing doesn't know where it's going. I know where we're going. And it's like, well, you'd get there a lot faster if you just listen to your intuition, to your gut, to your higher self, to whatever you want to call it, right? Let's look at the near future. I'll clarify the High Priestess in the near future. Oh, there's the siren. I'm just traveling right now. We're in Rome. And we're on a main road, so obviously sirens. I hope it's not too loud. So the High Priestess in the near future is clarified by the World, the Four of Pentacles, and the Strength. It's interesting because you're getting Leo a lot. Leo. You're also getting Gemini, Aries, Cancer, Virgo. I hope that's not too loud, you guys. But anyways, in the near future, what I'm saying is your higher self, right, is coming into play. Remember how I said in the current situation they should unite and become friends and like, work together? Your higher self is kind of becoming a little bit louder. And so it's becoming more and more difficult for you, for your brain, your ego, your mind to kind of take control here, to run the show, quote unquote. So what I do see is that your immense need for like control, for rigidity, for I'm going to dictate how things go is kind of taking a back seat, or it's not as loud. And instead of like it being a battle between your higher self and your mind, your brain, your ego, they're starting to kind of like work together. They're not fully there, right? They're not like holding hands and being friends and like running with it, but it's moving in a much more smooth direction. Let's take a look at the Magician in the near future. The Magician is clarified by the Ten of Cups, which you got in the current situation, the Nine of Wands, and the Hierophant. You're manifesting happiness. You're manifesting this connection. You're manifesting stability, right? But you need to get out of your own way. You're still very guarded. You're very defensive here. I don't know. Remember at the beginning I said at some point in your past, you made the connection. Your brain made the connection through heartbreak. The Three of Swords flew out. Somebody hurt you in the past. There was a connection that hurt you somewhere in your past. Your brain made the connection between love equals pain. Love equals heartbreak. Love equals I need to guard myself, right? Love equals difficult emotions. And that's when your brain is like, okay, we got hurt in the past. We're not going to let this happen again. So in the near future, what I see, even though you're moving in the direction of happiness, right? You're manifesting it and you want it and the universe is delivering it to you on a silver platter. You're still very, very guarded. You're still very, very defensive here in the near future. Let's take a look at the Three of Cups in the near future. Three of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Death. Yeah, you're working towards this reconciliation with your person, following an ending, following the end of a cycle, a phase, whatever it is, right? You're working towards coming back together because you're looking at this person and you're like, yep, That's my person. That's the person that I want. That's the person for me. And I want to be with them, whether it's reconciling and coming back together or just spending more time together, overcoming a difficult phase, whatever it is. You're putting in the work to make it happen here in the near future. So I do see your guard, even though it's there, you're still making progress. You're still moving forward, which is very, very beautiful. Let's take a look at what the universe wants you to keep in mind this month, Sag. From the universe, you get the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant. You're going to put in the work, and it's going to become crystal clear to you that the universe is delivering what you want here on a silver platter. And you're going to be like, oh, I get it now. Your mind is finally going to catch up with your higher self and be like, oh, I see now. And then you're going to start working towards it together. So remember how I said in the current situation, it's like your higher self and your mind, they keep bumping into each other. In the near future, not only do they not bump into each other, they're kind of like, oh, we both want to move in the same direction. We both want the same thing. Okay, let's just get in one car and move there together, which is beautiful. I love this. So, Sag, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading resonated and gave you clarity. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And of course, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Donation link is below. Thanks again for tuning in, Sag, and I'll see you here on the next one.